कुमार स्वामी नायकर गोंगवा लिबू लटोका रेडियो फीजी 2 में पुराना गाना लगे हमें बहुत अच्छा लगे।
रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
Yanavanaka, Fiji. In this bulletin, $60 million stimulus package to attract tourists. SODELPA focuses on moving forward. And $11,000 raised during charity golf tournament.
From the studios of FBC SUVA, Jackie Spate.
The government is working with Fiji Airways and is offering $60 million to stimulate demand and attract tourists back to the country. Fiji Airways has been selected to set up and lead the Bulla Bubble campaign, which will offer attractive Fiji holiday packages to Australian and New Zealand visitors. Through the packages, the hotels must reduce their rates by at least 45%, and the airline will also reduce their rates. Kritika Kumar has the details.
Economy Minister JETSETTERS highlighted that as per the package, people will be able to pay now and travel later, which will help Fiji pre-position itself.
And so we've allocated $60 million. So from government side, we will pay $400 per tourist that enters Fiji under that package. And it's for the first 150,000 tourists.
The minister says looking at the uncertainties due to the pandemic, tourists can even defer their travelling date.
But the fact is, Fiji Airways will get the cash now. Our Trigger will get the cash now. There are many hotels that are empty, but they still have to pay $3, $4, $5 million in insurance premiums. So insurance is not going to stop. In the same way, the rising waters won't stop just because of this pandemic. So we have to ensure that they get cashed up. We only pay the rebate once the tourist sets foot in Fiji.
JETSETTERS says the country still depends on the tourism industry and the Fiji National Provident Fund owns 4 to 5 hotels. Fiji Airways in a statement acknowledged the government for this package as well as other attractive incentives which will spur tourism recovery. Kritika Kumar, FBC News.
Social Democratic Liberal Party General Secretary Emilian Duituturanga says they will now focus on writing their manifesto for the 2022 general election. SODELPA members elected Ratu Apinisa Thesirudakumbau as the new president, while the 3 vice presidents are Rote Mumukepa, Ratunangama Lalambalavu and George Shu Raj. The party has been in shambles over the past few months, with continued reports of disunity amongst its members. However, Duituturanga says the party made great progress yesterday, saying the new appointments will help them move forward.
We started today because, as you would have noted, we have advertised, according to our constitution, the positions of party leader and deputy party leader. The General Assembly has accepted that we need to commence with that. We have a president and vice presidents who come with a lot of experience.
The coronavirus pandemic has gripped many sectors and the banking industry is no exception. Bank South Pacific's country head Haroon Ali says their revenue streams have been severely impacted because many of their debtors have lost their jobs and are unable to make loan repayments. BSP had to make adjustments to accommodate its customers. Ali says the term deposits are coming down fast. However, people are more interested in the lending rates. The country head says looking at how banks price their assets and loans, one of the most important things they consider is the associated credit risk.
In the current environment, the credit risk has escalated quite significantly, which means then the bank should consider increasing rates to compensate for the increased risks, but we haven't.
The Ministry of ITAUKEI Affairs has confirmed that consultation on village bylaws have been put on hold to allow them to focus on other social and traditional aspects. There is a pending consultation that needs to be completed this year and more so in the next financial year. Permanent Secretary Meleti Mbanimarama says they will focus on interacting with the villagers on development projects. He says there are some pressing issues that need to be addressed.
Instead of consultation on the traditional part, which we just mentioned earlier, we are focusing now on other areas that we need to focus on in the ITAUKEI villages, which is health, education, and things that affect them daily.
The Consumer Council has emphasised that businesses and consumers must benefit from tax reforms and policy changes announced in the 2020-2021 national budget. Chief Executive Seema Shandil says in these times of uncertainty, the Council will not condone traders who undertake illegal dealings. Shandil adds the recent announcement guarantees the consumers will reap the benefits as prices of over 1,600 goods will drop.
Yes, the council will be committed to making sure that the decline in prices or reduction in prices is passed down onto the consumers, and we're going to do this through our market surveillances. We are going to keep an eye on the traders, and prices should go down.
The Ministry of Women, Children and Poverty Alleviation is looking to review the Department of Social Welfare IT system that distributes social welfare payments. As part of its recertification process, the department will be doing this to help with updating of applications. This as in the past, the department has always been using a manual update. Minister Meraseni Vuniwanga says the IT system update was made possible by the Australian aid. She adds this will be done to ensure the system is effective enough.
They've also given us a grant to review the IT system that distributes social welfare payments. It's to enhance it, to ensure that it's more efficient and effective for the purposes of service delivery.
The Marriott International Fiji Resorts held a successful fundraising golf tournament in support of SODELPA. All proceedings from the charity will be given to the local community affected by the current pandemic.
This charity golf event managed to raise around $11,000 from registrations and an auction.
The idea that came up across amongst the executives, they put the hand in their pocket to contribute to helping some of our people in the communities, and then it sort of developed from there, and now we have got amazing partners who have supported us through this journey.
The charity event at Denarau Golf and Racquet Club received overwhelming support from the domestic market, bringing together individuals, sponsors, businesses and sporting communities who participated in the 18-hole game.
Through SODELPA program over the last few months, we have provided about 2,500 meals to a lot of our people living in the community, in the villages, to our associates. Our intention is to reach 10,000 meals over the next 2 months.
The tournament was won by Team Marriott International Fiji, followed by Team KK's Hardware.
I think this is the first event after COVID in the whole of Fiji. The golf course is playing really well with the sunshine. You cannot ask for anything better.
A total of 93 golfers took part in the event yesterday. Philippe Naikaso, FBC News.
Up ahead, NADI plans for next skipper clash. And Rewa maintains lead in VPL.
Hi, हम शरद प्रकाश बात करता है और तावा में मिर्ची FM सबको सुने and मिर्ची FM it's hot.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
The NADI rugby team is counting themselves lucky after winning their Skipper Cup match against Yasawa Churchill Park in Lautoka on Saturday. Team Secretary Jeff Tamatha stressed that despite the 17-5 win, the players have a lot of areas to improve on. Tamatha says the Jet-Setters believe the mistakes made by Yasawa paved the way for their win.
Yes, definitely. I'm happy, especially when we just got that one out of the bag. We're so fortunate that we got that win. Especially with the chances that Yasawa misses, having 2 scoring opportunities, because there's a drop ball on the line. We're so fortunate.
The Real football team has maintained top spot in the Vodafone Premier League points table, defeating Lautoka 1-0 at Ratadakambao Park in Nausori yesterday. It was Josiah Sellers' lone goal in the match that gave the host the maximum points. Real football head coach Marika Rondu says they are building their momentum with each game.
In terms of the whole plan, this is where we want to stand at the end of round 1. After the restart of the competition, our first game was last week against SUVA, so it took us to build momentum from one game to the other.
The SUVA football team has earned maximum points after beating NADI 1-0 in the Vodafone Premier League match at Prince Charles Park yesterday. Christopher WASASALA scored in the 87th minute after he easily placed the ball past NADI goalkeeper Vereti Dixon. The capital city side took full advantage of the counter-attack, and WASASALA did not make any mistake to score the lone goal of the match. This win has pushed SUVA to second place in the point standing with 12 points behind leaders Rewa, who has 16 points. SUVA FA President Ritesh Pratap says the team were under pressure from the green machines, but luck was on their side.
As everybody has seen, I think NADI was all over SUVA. Even as officials, we were under pressure. We didn't know what was happening. But luckily, we came victorious end of the day.
Quick look at the weather map for today. It is a brand new week, Monday the 27th of July. A trough of low pressure lies just to the north of the group. Associated cloud and showers affects the northern parts of the country. Forecast for the Fiji group is cloudy periods with some showers over Vanua level, eastern parts and interior of the other larger islands, fine elsewhere with cool nights. And that is your FBC Morning News. Join us at 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. for our major bulletin. Remember, in times of crisis, you need factual news that you can trust. Stop believing fake news about the COVID-19 on social media. Fight misinformation by getting only the facts about the coronavirus from verified news sources like FBC's TV, radio and digital media news. www.fbcnews.com.fj. Keeping Fijians connected with the truth.
Hi, I'm Ini from Racquet. I love Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.